Hello everyone, I know it's been an awfully long time since I did a video and I apologise for that, so let's go to bed too. But today I am doing a Halloween kind of video, but I have to film it in the morning, so that's why the exposure's down. Hopefully it's okay doing it this way, but if I don't film it in the morning then you'll end up with my brother being extremely loud. So, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, it's going to be tea and ghost stories. I say ghost stories, creepy stories really. Some of them are really quite creepy and others are just mildly creepy. Just put that out there. Also gonna have some biscuits, or I am anyway, you can pretend to eat some biscuits. So basically it's going to be really healthy. I was up until about 2 o'clock this morning planning this. So this is one of the only ones I have had to actually plan, and that tea is still really hot. And even still I haven't done a very good job of planning it. So we can lighten the exposure a little bit. There we go. So I printed all of the stories like just now. One of them is a fairly amusing story, and others, I need to get that, others not so much. So if you can't listen to creepy stories, the last one is my favourite, last one, it's my favourite basically. Yeah, if you can't listen to creepy stories and then sleep, I wouldn't suggest this video. We have a chocolate digestive. Which doesn't have good dunking capabilities actually. So the first one we're going to start with is called Beating Heart. On March 16th, 1995, Terry Cottle shot and killed himself in the bathroom of the home he shared with his wife Cheryl. There had been an argument. There had always been arguments, and Terry had threatened himself with a gun just months before. Cheryl heard the shot from the other side of the door after watching her husband enter the bathroom with a .22. That's a gun thingy. Caliber or something, right? Don't have guns in this country. She heard him gasp, "Help me, I'm dying," and then he was gone. He had fired a single round into his brain. The only possible silver lining was that Terry, 33, had been in good physical condition and an organ donor. Terry's heart saved the life of a 57-year-old Sonny Graham, who had contracted an incurable virus of the heart a year earlier. In 1996, Sonny wrote a letter of appreciation to Terry's widow, and though the donor procurement agency had advised against contact, they decided to meet. And when they did, Sonny fell instantly in love with the widow of man whose heart now beat in his chest. I felt like I had known her for years. I couldn't keep my eyes off her. They were both married at the time, but within a few years, both had divorced and moved in together. In 2001, it was a rocky relationship, just like Cheryl and Terry's had been, but eventually they married in 2004. 4 years later, with no indication that anything was seriously amiss, Sunny's life ended the same way Terry's did, suicide by gunshot. The heart that had beat on for 12 years of borrowed time stopped beating for good. I don't think that's very creepy, I just think it's weird. And they died exactly the same way, the same wife. Clearly she should look at what she's doing. Right, this is the vaguely amusing one. I found it amusing, you might not find it amusing. But it does have some strong words in it, so. A green ribbon. Once there was a girl who always wore a green ribbon around her neck. There was a boy who liked her, and she in turn liked the boy. But he was curious. Sorry. Why do you wear that green ribbon around your neck? He asked. I cannot tell you, she said. But why not? The boy insisted. It's not important, said the girl. The boy and girl grew up and were married, as you do. After the wedding, the boy said, now that we are married, you must tell me about the green ribbon. But the girl said, no, I will tell you when the time is right, and the boy sighed heavily. What? Said the girl. Nothing, the boy replied. It's obviously not nothing, said the girl. It's just that I feel like you don't communicate with me, said the boy. Oh, come on, said the girl. Name 3 things I don't communicate about. The green ribbon, said the boy. Other things I can't think of right now. You always do this. You try to take one small thing and pretend like it's a recurring problem. Just because I don't talk about the green ribbon doesn't mean I don't communicate in general, said the girl. Don't turn this around on me. You're the one who's been weirdly secretive about the ribbon, said the boy. What's the big deal? I just like it, said the girl. You don't even take it off when we have sex, said the boy. You have to bring our sex life into it now, said the girl. I'm just saying, I don't know what's going on in your head. Are you sensitive about the way your neck looks? Is it a body thing? Asked the boy. Oh, fuck you. I'm perfectly with my body, and I don't need you telling me I shouldn't be, said the girl. That's not what I meant, said the boy. Then why don't you say what you mean, said the girl. I am saying it. I want to know why you wear that ribbon, said the boy. Who cares? It's just a thing I do. It's a fun affection, said the girl. The boy rolled his eyes. What? Said the girl. Never mind, I'll tell you when the time is right. Parroted the boy. Fuck you, said the girl. Fuck you. See how it feels. I don't want to do this, said the girl. Fine by me, said the boy. Let's go to bed. No, said the girl. This, I don't think is working out. I want a divorce. And then the marriage died because of meaningless bullshit. I just found marriages. And that's how a lot of them end up. But not over a green ribbon. As far as I'm aware, anyway. So now we move on to the kind of creepy ones. Some of them are worse than others. Probably on 8 minutes. Mummy's home. I heard one. A father is laying in bed after just waking up. He grabs the baby monitor and walks to his desk in his office at home. He has his baby on the baby monitor and hears his wife singing to her. He cracks a smile as he hears his wife, go to sleep, when suddenly the front door opens up and his wife comes in with the groceries. That's got to be really weird to experience. Pretending to be asleep doesn't work. A young boy is sleeping in his bed on a usual night. He hears footsteps outside his door and peeks out of his eyes, I don't know what else he'd peek out of, to see what is happening. His door swings open quietly to reveal a murderer carrying the corpses of his parents. After silently propping them up on a chair, he writes something on the wall. In the blood of the dead bodies, he then hides under the child's bed. The child is scared beyond belief. He can't read the writing on the wall, and he knows the man is under his bed. Like any child, he pretends that he slept through the whole thing and hasn't awoken yet. He lay still as the bodies as still as the bodies, quietly hearing the breaths from under his bed. An hour passes and his eyes are adjusting more and more to the darkness. He tries to make out the words, but it's a struggle. He gasps when he finally makes out the sentence. "I know you're awake," and he felt something shift underneath his bed. Is it still too hot? Look at this mug though. It's never too early. Mummy told me never to go in the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It sounded like a puppy, and I wanted to see the puppy. So I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see a puppy. And then Mummy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. Mummy had never yelled at me before, and it made me sad and I cried. Then Mummy told me never to go into the basement again, and she gave me a cookie. That made me feel better, so I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet. Kids say. A man leaves, oh this is number 10. A man leaves his house every morning to walk to work and passes a mental hospital surrounded by a wooden fence. Every morning the patients are out in the yard and he can hear them saying in unison, 10, 10, 10, 10. One day he gets curious and looks through a hole in the fence. Suddenly a stick shoots out and pokes him in the eye. Fuck, he says to himself. While walking away pissed off, he can hear the patient saying 11, 11, 11. I'm guessing they do that on a regular basis. Yes, it's got lots of E's in it. When I was a child, my family moved to a big old 2-floor house with big empty rooms and creaking floorboards. Both my parents worked, so I was often alone when I came home from school. One early evening, when I came home, the house was still dark. I called out, "Mum," and heard her sing-song voice say yes from upstairs. I called her again as I climbed the stairs to see which room she was in, and again got the same yes reply. We were decorating at the time and I didn't know my way around the maze of rooms, but she was in one of the far ones, right down the hall. I felt uneasy, but I figured that was only natural, so I rushed forward to see my mum, knowing that her presence would calm my fears, as a mother's presence always does. Just as I reached for the handle of the door to let myself in the room, I heard the front door downstairs open and my mother call, "Sweetie, are you home?" in a cheery voice. I jumped back, startled, and ran down the stairs to her. But as I glanced back from the top of the stairs, the door to the room slowly opened a crack. For a brief moment I saw something strange in there, and I didn't know what it was, but it was staring at me. Yeah, last 2 pages. It's 2, right? Yeah. All I saw was red. I checked into a small hotel a few kilometers away from Kiev. It is late, I'm tired. I tell the woman at the desk I want a room. She tells me a room number and gives me a key. But one more thing, comrade. There is one room without a number. This is so poorly written. And always locked. Don't even peek in there. I take the key and go to the room to sleep. Night comes and I hear trickling of water. I hear the trickling of water. This is so poorly written. It comes from the room across. I cannot sleep, so I open the door. It's coming from the room with no number. So I pound on the door, no response. I look in the keyhole and I see nothing except red. Water still trickling. I go down to the front desk to complain. By the way, who's in that room? She looked at me and began to tell me a story. There was a woman in there, murdered by her husband. Skin all white, except her eyes, which were red. So that probably means that she was looking through the keyhole? Solo camping trip. A woman survivalist and trained outdoors guide who loved to go solo camping returns home after 2 weeks of being in the bush and not seeing a single soul. When developing her disposable camera film, she found a roll of film with numerous pictures of her sleeping at night on different nights. And people wake up and they have pictures of themselves on their phones as well, don't they? Second to last story. Be cautious of car crashes. There was a story about how a guy was driving through the mountains, ex-army, and came across a crash. The car wasn't damaged at all and almost deliberately placed in the middle of the road. He drove past and saw 2 people lying in the road. He pulls up in front of the crash and then looks back to see people sat up and 20 or so eyes reflecting in his taillights from the surrounding bushes. He slams on the gas and goes. The story is scarier because this kind of thing happens with mountain tribes who are either cannibalistic or crazy. If they're cannibalistic, how do they not eat each other? Or do they? I wouldn't know, see, I'm not cannibalistic. I'm not a cannibal, rather. And now this last one, which if I could, I would do a creepy voice and read. But I can't. So, it's called This Isn't a Story. Sorry. This is me. I'm here. I'm changing the words you're hearing, altering them from whatever this person is saying. I've been here for a while, as long as you can remember, anyway. Sometimes I say your name as you're falling asleep, or whisper urgently in your ear. Do you remember the time that I screamed, throwing panic through you, and setting your heart racing? That was fun. You're wondering who I am. That's only natural, of course. You already know. I'm you. I'm the real you. I'm the mind that existed here before you stole my body, before you forgot about being a parasite. I'm the child who looked the wrong way, asked the wrong question, saw the wrong thing, but I'm not so little anymore. You may have forgotten me, but I'm still here. I've always been here. I'm going to get out. So, they were just a few stories that I found on the internet. Obviously I didn't make them myself. And I wanted to do something for Halloween. Not that I really celebrate it. It's not as big over here as it is in, say, America. But yeah, I have a Christmas video already in the works. So yeah, let's just... there we go. Yeah, so I have a Christmas video already in the works. And hopefully some more videos soon. So I will hopefully get them filmed and then I can record them. Nope. I can film them and then I can upload them. That's what I want to do. Hopefully I can do that soon, because I know I was trying to do 2 videos a month, and then I got really ill and I'm still recovering from it. So I didn't do any videos, and now I'm kind of out of the loop, so I need to try and film 2 videos at the beginning of the month, so I can upload one in the first week and one in the 3rd week, hopefully. Hopefully that's how I'll do it anyway. Or it will be 2nd and 4th. Or probably not at all, knowing me, because I can never stick to anything, can I? Yeah, so I'm sorry it's been such a long time, but I hope you could enjoy this video. So, goodbye.